The island's major power plants failed, shutting down the electrical grid and leaving the entire island of 10 million people in the dark. The government closed schools, non-essential businesses in this last-ditch effort to release pressure on the system and keep the lights on. But it didn't work. It wasn't enough. It's coming as Cubans are already suffering from shortages of food, fuel, water, medicine as well. Ed Augustin has more from Cuba.
I'm coming to you from the Vedada district of downtown Havana. Behind me, a famous theatre. And in front of me, it's just about to come into view as soon as I pass this bush, hey presto, we have a school. Both of them today in Cuba closed, not just here in Havana, but across the nation. Not a single school opened up today, not a single theatre or cinema. Why? The country is going through an almost unprecedented electricity crisis. Cuban Prime Minister Manuel Marrero yesterday, in an emergency address, addressed the nation, saying that power cuts, power outages are going to get worse. They simply, he said, don't have enough money to import all the petrol they need to keep the lights on. And what they're going to have to do, he said, is take measures to reduce consumption. That includes paralyzing, his words, parts of the economy and turning off non-vital services, was the phrase he used, in order to reduce consumption. Across Cuba today, all schools closed to save electricity, all theatres, cinemas also closed, and that will last until at least next week. But then this morning, out of the blue, things went from bad to worse. The main power plant in the whole country, which hasn't received enough maintenance over recent decades, broke down. And that triggered a nationwide power cut. The approximately 10 million people in Cuba, almost all of them, right now, are without power. The Cuban president, Miguel Díaz-Canel, says they're working on it, and it's the absolute priority to get it back online. But people here are worried that the rolling power cuts that they've been used to for the last few years, that in Havana can last upwards of 4 hours, that in other parts of the country can last upwards sometimes of 18 hours.
I don't know about y'all, but did y'all see what's going on in Cuba? You really telling me 10 million people is without electricity? What? The president wrote on X, "We are giving this our absolute priority." I would hope you are. They've been having power outages that last for up to 12 hours with no power. Really? Like, we going back to back 12 hours? Come on, y'all. We got to get this together. And guess who they're blaming? Yep, you guessed it. The U.S. Crazy. Facts.